Hello everyone, I'm Putu and Ardianti, English Language Education students in Ganesha University of Education. In this occasion, I will deliver the material that is online lessons. So, I will conduct some standards in design a good online lesson. So the first, I will start with the definition of online learning. Online learning is a lesson that uses technology for learning, also communicating the information in the lesson. Online learning is different with the outside learning or traditional learning. Online learning allows their students to do the lessons every time and everywhere. Meanwhile, in on-site learning, they must attend the classroom. So that the online learning also called asynchronous or the things that happening at different times. Meanwhile, on-site learning is called synchronous, that things that happen in the same time. So online learning is asynchronous and then on-site learning is synchronous. In order to manage the online class, there is called learning management system. So there are some basic features of LMS. The first is announcement. Announcements includes the description of the course and also learning objectives and the requirement for the students. And the next features is forums. So in this place the teacher set up the discussion forums threads. So in this place the students can comment and also respond each other. And the next features is syllabus. So in syllabus contains a lot of things such as basic course information and then course format, assignments, activity, criteria to reach learning objectives, and also the course outline. And then next is various lessons. So this is the core of the lesson that contains about the content and also the title of the materials, and the learning outcomes means that what the students will get at the end of the class, and the last is due dates, means that when the lessons will be start and will be end. And the next is resources. So in the resources, the teachers put the relevant materials in the form of PDF, handout, and also ebook, and the teachers can put the link on the lessons. And the next is Dropbox or submission. In these sections is the place for the students submit their assignment. And the last features is blogs and wiki. So in blogs and wiki contains a collaboration of students. So for the examples, in Wikipedia, the students A write the definition about lexical entanglements. So the other of students can edit the definitions to adding and also correcting the definition. So it will make a collaboration between the students. So after manage the learning management systems, the teacher must prepare a good introduction to start a lesson. So I will give the example of a good introduction. The first is there is greetings in the first, and also the topic will be delivered, that is report text for the example. And then in this occasion the teachers ask the students for watch the video on YouTube. So of course the teachers must put the link of the YouTube videos, and the links is highlighted by the teachers. After that, the teacher also requires the instruction after watching the video. and the last is closing. And then the teacher also put the pictures in the order to make the students' expectation about the materials. And then the next is make a lesson attractive. So why the online course must be attractive? So a good visual can make the students build a better understanding about the materials. And then a simple and also a clear good organization can make the student enhance their communication. So I will provide the elements for making attractive lessons. There are four. So the first is layout. Layout is about the teachers put a significance of white space and also space, adding space between lines. And the last is pay attention with the margins. And the second element is text. So in the text, the teacher must pay attention about the headings and also subheadings, and type size, and also bold, italic, underline to highlight something which is important. And then the third is color. So the teachers must concern about a good contrast between the background and also the color of the text. And the last is graphic elements. In the graphic elements, the teachers can add bullets and also numbers for make some steps in learning. So I will give the example of a good visual design. So if the students give the layout like this, so this is example of a bad layout because there is contrast color between background and also the text, and there is the margin is too wide, and also there is no space between lines. Meanwhile, if I as the teachers give the example like this, the layout like this, so it will make the students more interesting in learning. Okay, the next is I will deliver the type of online learning activity and also the tools can provide in the activity. The first is class discussion. So in class discussion, the teachers can use screencast-o-matic or another like Skype or teleconference. And the next activity is journal writing. So in journal writing, the teachers can guide the students to use blog to posting the description of place and etc. And the teacher also can lead the students to use Wattpad if they make a project with literature. And then the next activity is share knowledge base. So in share knowledge base, the teachers can add the tools Wikipedia. Why Wikipedia? Because in Wikipedia, someone can posting anything and then will editing by someone else. So in Wikipedia called share knowledge base. And the next activity is practice exercise. So in practice exercise, you can use the tools Edmodo and also Kahoot. Kahoot is an application for making an attractive quiz. And then the next activity is projects. So in projects, you can use tools blog if the project is in form of writing. And the last activity is receptive activity. So you can lead your students to make a good presentation with Prezi, and then you can guide the students to post it in the YouTube and share the link into the class. Um, in the next materials is optimize the discussion session. So there are some steps for the teachers to optimize the discussion session. The first is building a class community. Building a class community means that build a class community means that know each other. So the member of the class must know each other by introduce themselves to the friends and will be responded by the others. And don't forget, the teachers must also introduce themselves. So, and then the second is the teachers can provide the activity icebreaker. So in icebreaker, the teacher can set up a quiz to test the student general knowledge, and then the teachers can give a reward for the students who get the best score. So, and the third is question and answer. The teacher provide Q&A forums for the students, can be via email or can be specific forums. And the last is the teacher delivered weekly content discussion. The teacher gives a topic to be discussed, and the students will be develop their critical thinking and respond each other. The next material is learning resources that engage the student in online course. So the first resources is text-based supplementary resources. So this is the resources which are in the form of text. So the teachers can provide handouts, literature review, newspaper, magazine, and also the scientific study of the expert. And then the next resources is image. So as I said before, that put an image is can make the students expectation and also can add more information. So image, photos, charts, and graph and illustration can be as the resources on the lesson. And then the next is audio and video, and the teachers can be provide also the audio and the video. It is based on the learning style of the students, so it can be auditory, kinesthetic, and also visual. And next is varying voice of perspective. So this is the teachers can give the teacher's opinion and also expert opinion and also the students' opinions. And the last is the experience from the field. So the last this is for English for specific purposes like learning medicine and business and politics and etc. So it will provide the real life users, client, patient, and also the customers as the resources. And the last is free web-based and resources. So in this resources, the teachers can using another platform for online learning such as Prezi, Kuiper Video, and etc. Okay, the next materials I will deliver the example of effective assessment in English online teaching and learning. So if we're talking about effective assessment, so there are the two things that must be concerned by the teachers. The first is assessment tasks, and the second is rubric assessment. So the assessment tasks must be related with the rubric assessment in the lesson. So I will give the examples if the teachers give the students tasks like this. So please write a paragraph of descriptive text about tourism object in Bali, and the teachers also give clear instructions or the steps that the students will do in the task. And then the rubric assessment must be related. So the aspects in rubric assessment like this, the criteria is topic sentence and also proof of description, organization, concluding statement, and also the mechanics. So this is the example of effective assessment in evaluate the writing descriptive text in the student. And next is basic elements when build an online course. So the first element is the teachers must provide or prepare the learning outcomes. If we're talking about the learning outcomes, it means that what the students get in the end of the class, and it must be clear and also measurable to assess the student. And the second is online syllabus. So online syllabus has some criteria such as communicative strategy, which is how the students can contact the teachers for help and etc. And then course time and format. So it is include the due dates of the lesson, and then guidelines for online class participation. So in the guideline of class participation, there is a requirements that makes the students contribute into discussion forum as the one of assessment criteria, and also technical requirements and also the support. The technical requirements and the supports is include how the student can get help in if they are having trouble when making a project. And the last is the detail of course outline. So the third is course outline. Course outline is a calendar and a to-do list for the student in one lesson. And the last, I will give the example of one online lesson in my class. So for the example like this, this is called introduction. So in this include about the course information and also the course description. And the next is the learning outcomes, and also the teachers must provide the learning outcomes like this. If there are one learning outcome, so you can add one. If there are more learning outcomes, so you can add more. And the next, the teachers also must provide the method that used in the study like this. The teachers is use blended learning. And the next is the technical requirements and also the supports. So you can see in this slide, there is some contact information in at the bottom of the page, so the students can contact this information if they are having trouble. And also the assessment task. So the assessment must be clear to be taught for the students. And then a communicative strategy, which is includes how and when the teachers can be contacted by the students. So for the example, the instructor email response, the instructor will reply to all students' emails within a 24 hours period from Monday to Friday. So the students feel free if they are having trouble or ask some question. And then the course outline. The course outline is about the calendar of the lesson. So this is the step or the list of activity will be due with this students and also the teachers. And the last is tasks. So the task is in the form of quiz and also can in the form of fill in the blank and etc. So that's all about my materials. I hope you can understand and enjoy watching. Thank you.